There's a town in America where mail still moves by mule, just like it did over 100 years ago. It's not a show for tourists. It's the only way to get the job done. Across the US, some towns are still cut off from almost everything. No real roads in some cases, no fast trip to a hospital, no same-day deliveries. This video shows how these towns actually survive, how people eat, how they get help, how their kids go to school. And by the end, you'll meet one town where none of this works the normal way. There's no road in, no runway, just an 8-mile trail and a line of mules. Picture this. You run out of milk. The nearest store is 80 miles away. That's real life in some of these towns. Most don't have a real supermarket, just a small store. It restocks whenever a truck, boat, or plane can make it in. In Whittier, Alaska, about 260 people live inside one building. It's called Baggage Towers. Every delivery comes through one tunnel. That tunnel locks every night. A bad storm can shut it for days. In McDermott, on the Nevada-Oregon line, there's one gas station, one small store. A few hundred people, counting the town and the reservation next door, depend on it. Need more than that? You're driving to another town. In Hanksville, Utah, there's basically one road in and one road out. Running low on gas or food isn't just annoying, it can leave you stranded. So most people keep extra of both, just in case. In towns like these, basic groceries can cost double what they do in a big city, sometimes more. So how does anyone pay rent out here? In Terlingua, Texas, the mines closed decades ago. Tourism took over. Hikers and river guides turned a dead mining town into a living one. On Adak Island in Alaska, fewer than 200 people stayed after the Navy left. Now people fish for a living. Some work for the Coast Guard. 2 flights a week connect them to Anchorage. That's the island's only real link to the outside world. Every Alaskan also gets a yearly check from the state's oil fund. Out here, that check covers a real chunk of winter. In Monowai, Nebraska, the whole local economy is one bar. It's run by the town's one full-time resident. She's also the mayor. And for years, the town's only registered voter. Call for an ambulance out here, and help might take hours. Most of these towns have no hospital nearby at all. An emergency isn't about help reaching you, it's about you reaching help. In Eureka, Nevada, winter storms can shut the roads with almost no warning. The real hospital stays hours away, even on a clear day. On Tangier Island, Virginia, about 400 people live cut off in the Chesapeake Bay. There have been tests flying medicine to islands like this one by drone. But for anything serious, it's still a boat or a helicopter, same as always. Most people here make a living crabbing, and just like the medicine, that depends on the water cooperating. The island is also losing ground to the bay every year. Studies say a seawall to save it could cost $250 to $300 million. Moving everyone off the island instead could cost closer to $100 to $200 million. Someone has to choose. Soon. Picture one classroom, 6 kids, 6 different grades. One teacher does it all. In Igiugig, Alaska, about 70 people live by Lake Iliamna. The nearest high school is a flight away, not a drive. That same small plane carries the mail and the groceries, and whoever's heading home. Sports show this problem best. Many rural Alaska schools have no road to anywhere else, so when a team has a game, the team flies. A small plane, a short runway, sometimes a long wait for the weather to clear. The group that runs school sports in Alaska has a simple rule. Off-road schools usually pay their own way to away games. That's just the cost of competing out here. A drive that takes 1 hour somewhere else can take a full day here, plus a charter flight. Some schools fundraise all year just to afford one season of travel. And it's not only sports, it's field trips, doctor visits, college tours. Anything that needs a road, most towns never think twice about. Lose power in most towns, and it's back in a few hours. Lose it out here, and it might stay off for months. In Shungnak, Alaska, diesel for the generators arrives once a year by barge. That one delivery sets the price and the supply for the whole year. Run out early, and there's no quick fix. Just less power until the next barge comes. A gallon of gas there has cost double what it costs in Anchorage, sometimes more. That's why some villages added solar panels, not to go green, just to stretch one delivery further. In 2026, war overseas pushed fuel prices even higher across western Alaska. Some villages saw gas pass $7 a gallon. Some coastal towns saw it pass $9. All of it landed right before the next barge was due. But some of this is changing fast. In Chivak, Alaska, families started switching to Starlink. It lowered their bills. It sped up their connection. More white dishes started showing up on rooftops every year. In 2023, ice cut an undersea cable near the Arctic. It knocked out internet across parts of northern Alaska. Towns rushed to order Starlink dishes as backup. None of this fixes the food problem, or the fuel problem, or the long drive to a hospital. But it's closing one gap that used to be hardest to fix out here, knowing what's happening anywhere else. Even some desert towns now have a far faster connection than they used to. The food is still hard to get. The fuel is still hard to get. Knowing what's going on outside town, though, that part just got easier. Every town so far still has some way in, a road, a runway, a dock, something. One town has none of that, and how it survives doesn't compare to anything else on this list. Supai, Arizona sits at the bottom of the Grand Canyon, 8 miles down. The trail drops about 2,000 feet from the rim. There is no road, none. You can walk in. You can ride a mule in, or you can try the helicopter. It flies a few days a week, weather depending, and locals go first. A tourist who shows up at dawn might wait hours, then get told there's no seat left. About 430 people live here. The Havasupai tribe has about 639 members in total. Their name actually means people of the blue-green water, named for the very falls that now help pay the bills. And somehow, the town fully works. There's a school, a small clinic, and the last post office in the country still served by mule train. Every letter rides down that trail strapped to an animal. So does every bag of groceries, every piece of lumber, anything a family needs that they can't grow or build themselves. In 2008, a massive flood tore through the canyon. It changed the waterfalls. It shut the trail for almost 10 months. One flood, one trail, and the whole town was cut off even from itself. Summers here top 100 degrees. There's no shade on the trail, no water either. So most hikers start in the dark before sunrise, just to beat the heat. Need a hospital? The answer is hours, not minutes. And only if a helicopter can fly that day. The village survives on the very thing that made it famous, Havasu Falls. Bright turquoise water just past the village. Thousands of hikers come every year. Each one pays the tribe for a permit, maybe a mule, maybe a campsite. That money helps keep Supai running, even though it has to travel the same 8 miles as everything else. Kids still grow up here. Families have lived in this canyon for generations, long before there was a national park around them. More than once, the tribe turned down offers to build a road in. Why? Because the same canyon walls that cut them off also kept their land safe. Out here, isolation isn't a failure. It's a choice. One the Havasupai keep making, on purpose, year after year. None of these towns are failing, and the people who live there haven't been forgotten. They've just built their own systems for food, for school, for medicine, for everything else. All built around one simple fact: getting in or out takes real effort every single time. If you had to live in one of these towns, which one would it be? The desert towns or the canyon? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. And in Supai, when the helicopter doesn't fly, nobody panics. They just wait for the mules.